what happens after you die? You go into waiting. You go into waiting. A lot of you won't even know you're dead. Like, I got a checkup on John Peters, the guy who claimed he was my dad. I asked how he was doing a little while after he died. May 11th. He's born May 29th. 2 and 9 is 11. May 11th. Came around every year. Never knew, hey, your numbers are right in your birthday numbers, bro. But he didn't care. He just needed to be a millionaire and he was going to live to be 100. The devil already made him a promise. He's going to get to live to be 100. His dad only lived to be about 55. His grandpa only lived to, all the Peters family, which were called the Willards before they changed their name to Peters. The grandpa, after the dad of the grandpa that I was supposed, Coleman, which is basically killed 612. And Peters. And I lived in Coleman, Michigan, you know, and he was from Mount Pleasantland, Muskegon, Maranatha, Sheboygan, Flint, Kalamazoo. They were all there. I learned all about those cities. Saginaw. Anyway, it was a neat little trip. They were supposed to kill me. You know, left on a Petersville with 2 inbreded, full-blown Hicks truckers, like from the backwoods, complete inbreds. Hicks with a ruler in the back of a really shitty half-cab sleeper. It's a beat-up truck. 1974, going there for the end of the summer. Went for a month. I put my skateboard down. Didn't even bring it with me because I was just gonna meet my mom's side of the family, the Lennox, not Annie Lennox, not do Annie Lennox, not the Eurythmics, the Lennox, Brenda K. Lennox, BK, like Bryce Knight's, kind of, not Brenda Devine. Nah, she's dead. And what a hoax that was. Who she drove around with a van and had her name on the side and was all big like Evel Knievel. Brenda Devine. I saw her at the strawberry contest that I won, for the old man division, and I remember saying, hey, so did you become somebody or something? I never really saw any pictures. I guess the industry just makes people, you know, like, what was it? Simon Woodstock, the clown. I mean, really? That's a pro skater. Simon Woodstock. How about Street Scott? The guy who invented street skating? Nah, not really. He's Street Scott. He just got off a bus in San Francisco from Colorado. He's got a big board. He's got his elbow, all his pads. Knee pads too. Gets on the bus, has bags. He's Street Scott. Central Casting. I see him all the time. They have people that get paid. I think they get an SSI check because they don't pay them very much. That do acting for the CIA. You might get it's social services. SSI. Free check on the first, check on the 15th. All the junkies are on it. They always have been. Eva, the mother of my dead son, 9 years I did with her. She ends up hanging out with she shows up at the funeral 2 hours late, completely whacked on speed. Can't even talk. Like, I put the whole funeral together, paid for it and everything. The 100 grand came in from Chess's death. I've never seen so many fucking parasites in my life. Where's the money? Where's the money for the grandparents? I want my money. I want my money. The mom, I want my money. Whoa. Okay, well, I'm gonna split it up. I'm gonna give Skyler, because I still think he's my son, the majority of it. Like, wouldn't I be considered like 25 of the cut? But I didn't even consider myself. I don't want any of this. But I didn't spend 10 grand on the funeral. I'm pulling 10 grand out, giving Skyler the other 15, that would be mine, and plus his 25, giving the mom 25, and giving the grandparents 25. And see you later. And you know, the grandparents, the mom, the great Eva's mom, Peggy, worked at modern day Catholic, huge Catholic school. When I got my junkie money during that 9 years, almost every other day, phone call. I got a friend in jail and I got to pick him up. But Peggy, I need to, so I go to get him my piece of shit car, whatever. Go to modern day, going through the fucking, they have a gate guard. After a while, they get to know me. I got probably a half tire, you know, one of those blown out tires all the time. My car, I get a new used car every now and then, and it'd be broken and severed in days. So it's a junkie, it's a real junkie. I'm pulling in, she leaves her money in an envelope underneath the mat of the Lincoln Continental, the floor mat. I pull it out and see what I got. Later to the guy every day. So she's this in charge of the money, the whatever that's called, the fucking account department. She's the leader of it, secretary. The full demonic bitch, fucking gnarly. I hope she's dead, but her mom was still alive. They live along. Look, just like a serpent. The dad, Don, who helped rip out my kids, who hung out with John and Don. So I had all kinds of stuff going on in between of my life. Then I had the other ex, who knows the other ex. They get together. She's got a chop shop, has a kid with me, tells me, I want to have a kid. I go, no, I don't want. Yeah, well, I'm already pregnant, I'm going to have it. And eventually talks me into it. I just go, okay, I'm going to give it a shot. Okay, but this bitch has fucking private ends to serve. What the fuck? We barely get annoyed. Now we're all fucking, we're in a band together. You think I want to marry you? Fuck. Okay, well, maybe I will, because I'm a man of my word. And life goes on. And you say you want to grow old with me, and you know God better than I know the devil, so I guess I'm going to listen to you. And boy, did I get a ride for my life. She knows the whole industry. Her mom worked for Hobie. That's the first company I rode for. Hobie Alter Ego, Alter Boy. I mean, the whole industry just loaded with witches. And there you go, Chaz, witches. And how many Chazes have I made? They have predictive programming. Powell Peralta. Did you think that Peralta was always with Powell? They were Powell only forever. Well, Rainbow did bits when that happened. Hey, we want to have Stacy from GNS, George Soros Skateboards, over here. We're going to start. Well, the only way I'm going to do it is if you put my name on the fucking logo. Okay, no problem, Stacy. Powell, can we call it Powell Peralta? Predictive programming, because we're all fucking word geeks. Never straight, Dwayne. Always forward. Yeah, she ripped off my cars when I was busted, hiding from the cops. Eddie and Corey hanging together back and forth, and then you got Eva in there. They're ripping off all my magazines. I have to watch from the garage because I can't be seen with the one I'm with because I'll get 20 years. So I'm hiding in the garage being quiet. Eddie and Corey are out in the driveway yelling and throwing shit at the garage and talking with English accents and totally crazy. And then when I finally went to court, who shows up? Eddie, Corey, and her husband, the young guy that they got me, her and her. I pulled up one day bringing Clash back, and they were getting married at that fucking man's, what was its name, Jane Mansfield's house next door. The Rothschilds are totally funding Corey. She lived right next door to him in a little big houses for you and me in Laurel Canyon. At Clash, go to Lookout Mountain CIA school. It's CIA Central right there. It's known. Didn't know it then. All around there. CIA, Lookout Mountain School. So he's going to Lookout Mountain, getting totally, they had him in trouble all the time. Had me then School of Rock. There you go, both had a pizza ring. So all this stuff, and then Jack Black's your friend, he had him wearing my shoe on TV. All kinds of fucking shit has been happening for me. It's too much to talk about. And then they all get together and fucking have a laugh that she's got a chop shop. Oh, and then they get divorced after the heroin run was over. But she's got Flash calling that guy dad because she married him. That's your dad now. Okay, dad. Oh, now on my visits, her and his dad to be, or whatever it was, now drop him off. I take him to the skate park and they watch the whole time, and they do drugs in the car and put their, whatever that's called. We've got to watch what you do, or whatever, babysitter on the fucking dad, whatever that's called. And she'd like to enforce her own laws because the actual law, I took her to court. They were on my side, and then she showed up in court all speeded out and then threw the case away so she could take the kid and make a run because it was all going to get chartered fucking visitation. She was going to get taken off the fucking thing. It's just a big bunch, and she had a totally planned to move to North Carolina this whole fucking time. Hackett and her got together right when I broke up with her. She went right down to his house. I went down, hung out with them, and he was all acting like he's in love with her, and it was fucking creepy, man. The whole thing, I had no idea what was going on. Amazing. No one could be this mean. No one. And life goes on. And I'm sitting here in a hotel. Now, crickets. I've said too much. Now the crickets got to cover their tracks. I haven't even told him. Yeah, Eddie shows up for my court date. You don't think that was a setup? He jumped over the chair next to me, and I'm waiting for my arraignment. And that was a setup. I wanted to kill him. It was just like when they had Billy Roth sit right at my table at the Skateboarder Pole Awards, or whatever that's called, the Hall of Shame, right next to me. After he's done, put out a thing with a bone cover with my stripes on it, and I was like, Billy, just give me 100 of them to sell, or give me some fucking money. I'm being attacked. What are you talking about? And he played that game. And then he shows up at the skateboarder pole and put him right at my table. That's another domestic. I had to. Thank God I did, because same with Eddie. That was in a courtroom. My first reaction was, he's right there. I could kill him right now. Fuck, no, it won't be worth it. Man, I played the tape through real quick. But I've also found out the Antichrist is not a politician. They hide. The Antichrist lives through the politician. He's never going to reveal himself. Can you believe that they're skateboarders? It really is not Christ there. No, but it is his buddy gets paid by Brad Dortman in their hall closet. they're not really men. They have vaginas, I think. I don't know. I don't want to know. But I find out more and more all the time with that old third eye. And I got a birdie in the sky. That's John Peter's favorite. You want to know how I know, Dwayne? Little birdie told me. Stop thinking the whole world's against you, Dwayne. Stop thinking the whole world's against you. Get that chip off your shoulder. Chip Anna, get that chip off your shoulder. Fucking joke. Original question, what happens when you die? You go into waiting. That's all it is. And you will be waiting, and some get to wait with others and many wait alone. You won't know why, but I heard that John Peters was all cocky and thinking he's not even dead. So I don't know what, but that's what the word from my little birdie, doesn't lie. It was like, oh God. And you wouldn't believe how cool they are. They're so much cooler than what they wanted cool to be, because real cool is real cool. And I'd hate to be you going up against the real cool, because you're real fucked. You are so fucked. You jumped on the fucking, some demons that have earned where they're going. You're just jumping on that shark ride that you have no idea. You just joined a really bad, like, you don't get to get out of it ever. And it all happens from here. The last move you make, it's all tallied up. You're done. This is it. This is it. No coming back. Brenda knows. She told me when I was young. She made sure I heard. Ah, damn. Because they all go to side gigs. But this one told her, I'm on my last life. I guess I'm on my last life. Everybody is. Everybody is. Except those that are going forward. Not for words. Get it? You don't. And you won't until you're really there. I would imagine it's going to be a long time of screaming before you get to think. Then you'll probably remember you were here. Peace.